Welcome back one and all to Trails to Azure. I'm TheDarkSeraph. Last time, I don't even remember. It's been a week since I recorded. I've done some grinding off screen in my own time. In fact, the only place I hadn't gone, I went... This, all the way back here, made for pretty decent grinding. I didn't really find anything useful. Over at Main's Village, you can get the key to the old mine if you just want to go back in there. And there were a few chests I got with some decent quartz. I don't know if there's anything at Aromica. I would like to check that really quick before I go speak with everyone's favorite noble. Already got that for Noe's room. And yes, I will only refer to it as such. Doesn't seem to be anything interesting around here. You can fish here if you want. I don't really care to. And we're going to take the car back to Crossbell. I think I can turn in some data to the police station. Pardon me, everyone, but what's that you have? Could that be a data fragment? Oh, you mean this? We've been holding on to it, just in case, but we haven't been sure what to do with it. I was right, this is a data fragment. It can be used to restore a corrupted memory quartz. It's exactly what the forensics team has been looking for. With this, we should be able to decipher the cult's information. Really? So we'd be able to read that part's Yokheim redacted? Yes. Although I should mention that a single fragment will only recover one section at a time. That makes sense. Neat. Now then, to the airport, I suppose. She said she was up on the balcony. This is the train station. I believe the airport's... Yeah, this is the airport. Like I said, we're done on my quest, so let's do it. There's the aerosol. The aerosol, Liberal's high-speed cruiser. It's just as grand as they say. It's the world's fastest airship. ZCF garnered a lot of attention thanks to their work. It outperforms the competition time and time again, and continues to break its own records to this day. So that's what Liberal sent her in on. Nothing but the very best for Her Highness. Princess Claudia's her name, right? She must be one classy gal. Well, technically, she's more than just a princess. She's the crown princess. In other words, she's first in line to inherit the throne to the kingdom of Liberal. Hot damn! So how likely is it that a big shot like her actually made the time to meet us in person? It's hard to say for sure. I could get in touch with Belle. She wouldn't know the particulars of Her Highness. Actually, something tells me you're not going to need her insight. Ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section, we appreciate your patience. There's Julia Schwartz. No way. Noelle, you can fangirl later. Don't do it. Don't do it! No! Bad Noelle. It's her. Oh, you're the chick the gals here keep raving about. Pardon? Forgive me. I assume you were present at the unveiling ceremony as well. Where are my manners? I am Senior Captain Julia Schwartz of the Liberalian Royal Army's Royal Guard. By the order of Her Highness, Princess Claudia, I am here to escort you aboard the Aerosol. Please follow me. Aracel. It's even more beautiful up close. Well, it is the pride of the kingdom, the white wings of Liberl, as they say. I can't believe we're really going to meet the crown princess. And we're being escorted by Senior Captain Schwartz, too, in the flesh. Try to stall him down, Noelle? Though I wouldn't mind accompanying you to ask for an autograph afterward. Cool idea. Remind me to get one for Fran, too. I like that she's thinking of her sister. That's kind of nice. I don't think I've ever seen these gals get so pumped. Excuse me? By the way, I've heard the rumors of your accomplishments. It's quite impressive, especially given how young you all are. You were the ones who resolved the crisis that occurred just a few months ago. In a way, we're still learning on the job. The SSS would never have been able to solve that case if it weren't for all the support of our allies. My apologies. Your words simply reminded me of what a young associate of mine once said. Welcome aboard the flagship cruiser of the Liberlian Royal Army, the Aracel. Please understand that as a precaution, all wireless communication has been restricted while upon the ship. If you have any objections, speak freely and we'll happily accommodate you. We'll be fine, thanks. A real state-of-the-art cruiser. Well, everyone, shall we board? Hello? This is the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. I love this child. Ah, is that you, Kia? Tio! Yay! You finally called back. Yes, though without any video feedback this time around. Is no one else home right now? Yeah, the chief just left a little while ago. It's only me and Zeit here right now. Woof. I see. I tried calling Lloyd and the others on their enigmas, but I wasn't able to get through. Hence why I called the SSS building's main line. Oh, okay. Lloyd and them got invited somewhere by a white falcon, so they're out doing that. A white falcon? Yeah, his name is Sieg, and he talks just like Zeit. I seem to be missing out on a lot, you poor thing. Attention, apologies for a delay. Passengers bound for Le Mans, now. I have to go now. I'll contact you again, Kia. Please give my regards to the others. Yeah, okay, talk to you later. Wolf. Hey, I'm back. Oh, Chief. Should have come home a minute sooner. You just missed Tio on the phone. Pouty face. Oh, she called? What'd she have to say? Well... I think she was just saying hi. Pardon me, Your Highness. I brought the special support section per your request. Please show them in. After you? Right. Thank you very much. Ah. Just as beautiful as ever. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Claudia von Oslies, Crown Princess of the Liberl of the Kingdom of Liberl. I apologize for having called all of you here so suddenly. Not at all. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD's Special Support Section. I am Ellie McDowell. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. The honor is mine. I've been told quite a lot about you, Ellie. It's so good to finally meet you in person. You've heard of me? Yes, I had the privilege of conversing with your grandfather, Speaker McDowell, earlier today. Maribel Croyce and I have gotten acquainted several times as well. Is it true that you spent time studying in Liberl? Yes, for about 3 months. I regret that we didn't meet sooner. No, the fault lies with me. Well, how do you do, Princess? My name is Randy Orlando. Noelle Seeker, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. Wazi Hemisphere, I'm delighted to meet one as so beautiful as yourself, Your Royal Highness. Boy, you're laying it on a little thick, Wazi. It's lovely to meet you all as well. Please make yourselves comfortable, and you are not beating the fruit allegations. Actually, there is something else I would like to introduce you to. Unfortunately, he seems to be running a bit late. Never fear, for I am here, and there's he is. Speak of the devil, that sound. I've heard that loop before. No friggin' way. And here he comes. What? It's those guys from the support request. Oh, have you already met? I suppose we have. Well, isn't this a surprise? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My deepest apologies for earlier today. And to you as well, Princess Claudia. I hope you can forgive our tardiness. This idiot was off sticking his nose into any trouble he could find. Again! I'd expect no less. Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Prince Olivert Rice Arnor, representing Emperor Eugent III of the Arabonian Empire. However, my true identity is that of the unparalleled, unprecedented, wandering bard Olivier Linheim. Haha, the pleasure is all yours. Did I really need that as text? Just no dial, just 3 dots of speech of the look of shock is all that was necessary, but whatever. Oh, hell no. You've got to be pulling my leg. I'm sorry to say he speaks the truth. Unfortunate for us all. As for me, I am Major Mueller Vander of the Imperial Army's 7th Armored Division. The two of us are also here at behest of the Crown Princess. It's good to formally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of the SSS. So I see. Estelle and Joshua were the ones who told you about us. To think you were fighting side by side only a year ago. I didn't realize you were all so close. Hot damn, who knew those two had a royal contact in their pockets? Yes, yes. And now that we're all caught up, we can cast aside all those pesky formalities. We, alongside Estelle and Joshua, were the valiant team that stood against the dangers of the infamous Liberal incident. Among other things, like going into a pocket dimension. Just as all of you stood with them during the crisis in Crossbell just a few months prior. Why, Adios herself must have ordained that we too would come to the very best of friends someday. I think you might be exaggerating a little. Honestly, we're humbled to just have the opportunity to meet you. There's no need for that. You should be at ease. While it is true I summoned you all here to seek your advice, it wasn't my only reason. I was also looking forward to simply getting to know you. Your Highness. I'm touched. Wow, I don't even know what to say. From what I've heard, Estelle and Joshua have greatly valued their time in Crossbell. Why, you have even a lovely little theme park down south. Perhaps I could stay an additional month. No, you don't have any additional months. All your duties have the next half year booked up. Oh, come, dear Mueller. Can't a man daydream just a little? Frivolity aside, we have a basic understanding of what it is the SSS does here in Crossbell. As such, there are several things we'd like to confide about you. So we're finally getting down to business. Would it happen to have anything to do with the trade conference? Correct. Epstein. So this system you're using was made by the Epstein Foundation, who did not kill himself. Yes, the Foundation was responsible for the design and installation of the Aircell data processing system. If you could please take a look at this. Osborne. That is His Excellency, Imperial Chancellor Gileath Osborne, otherwise known as the Blood and Iron Chancellor. I won't bore you by speaking ill of a man you've never met. However, there is something I would like to make you all keenly aware of. Right now, at this very moment, the troubled waters of a civil war are brewing in Arabonia. That is... We'll get to that. I plan on redoing Cold Steel 1 and 2, but we'll get to that when we get to that. What? They are? That is the grim reality. And at the heart of it all is the reformist faction, led by the Chancellor. They seek to create a new centralized authoritarian government. Not exactly. They want to make the Chancellor look evil here, but in reality, he is a common-born Chancellor who is giving more rights and representation to common-born citizens, and the noble faction does not like that. Opposing them is the noble faction, led by the Empire's most prestigious houses. Together, they strive to maintain the status quo, and the status quo is keeping the common-born in check. The actions of these two groups are sending the Empire tumbling toward an unavoidable conflict. The Reformists versus the Nobles. I've heard of the political strife in the Empire, but I had no idea things have gotten so dire. If I may ask, are we to presume that your Highness's position is in this conflict is neutral then? Not quite. Rather, I seek to open a third path. Though I do find it places me between the proverbial hammer and anvil. Each faction sees me as a fly on the wall worth swatting. It's hard to disagree. But if tensions between the sides have gotten to this point where civil war is looming on the horizon, then that makes the trade conference the perfect opportunity to strike. Oh, isn't that the fucking truth? Oh no. Because there is a terrorist front called the Imperial Liberation Front that does not like Chancellor Gilead Osborne. Or the nobles. Now I see where this is going. It's as you fear. We believe the noble faction's leader, Duke Cayenne, has taken action. He likely plans to send a terrorist force to Crossbell, one whose sights are set on taking Chancellor Osborne's life at the conference. Yep. They just straight up fucking said it right here. The noble faction is using a terrorist organization to discredit the Reformist Party. Not assassins, but terrorists. The Chancellor has incurred the wrath of far more than just the noble faction. Numerous victims of his oppression, both in and outside the country, have joined forces as a terrorist organization. And the evidence suggests that the noble faction has been the one funding them. So that's what's up, and that's why the Red Constellation was hired. They're looking to bury their greatest political threat without dirtying their own hands. But if they succeed, wouldn't that be problematic outside the Empire too? Problematic doesn't even begin to cover it. It would be a disaster for Crossbell. Can you imagine the ramification we'd face if the Imperial Chancellor were assassinated at our own trade conference? Sorry about that. Don't be. You're absolutely right. At the very least, the Empire would impose unthinkable reparations on the Crossbell for having failed to protect his Chancellor. Ironic, seeing as the ones responsible for his death would be the Erebonians themselves. I can't believe this. It would be awful, but not unexpected. It's characteristic of diplomacy, if anything. Yeah. Diplomacy ain't so fucking pretty. You can say that again. But that's not all. A similar conflict is written on the walls of the Republic of Calvert as well. What? Is that true? Julia, if you would, please. The Republican government's representative, President Samuel Rocksmith. He may look like a kind and cheery guy, but he's got his hands in some unsavory pockets. Does someone hold a grudge against him as well? Not against him specifically, but more so against Calvert's long history as a melting pot of Western Zumeria. Its acceptance of various cultures from across the continent is the main contributor to their diversity, as well as their particular brand of political strife. Xenophobia, to be specific. That's terrible. As I'm sure you're aware, Calvert has always accepted immigrants from the East. When the country democratized the flow of The flow of expatriates into the country increased and the Eastern Quarter was founded. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. While we never actually see it in any games, Calvert was once a kingdom. They are no longer a kingdom. I think you can connect the dots on what fucking happened there. Naturally, there have always been Calvardians who stood opposed to the Republic's immigration policies. You mean the anti-immigration faction. I hear their movement has been gaining more and more traction in recent times. Does that mean radical nationalists are targeting the president? Indeed it does, and like the Erebonian terrorists, they seem to be well funded. I recently received intel that the nationalists were supplied by a Calvardian terrorist organization with arms. Said terrorists are now mobilizing. That ain't good. I think we get the gist of things now. But I have to ask, why confide in the SSS about something so far-reaching? Wouldn't it be more appropriate to contact the Crossbellian government directly? Even if they wanted to, some of this information couldn't be disclosed to a foreign government. Isn't that right? Well, Crossbell is autonomous. They're not independent. It's just as she says. Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith are both shrewd men. They're undoubtedly well aware of the forces that are targeting their lives. Despite that, they've chosen to keep it from the Crossbell government. We don't know what would motivate the two of them to remain quiet about the situation. They probably don't want to cause panic. However, given their decisions, we're in no position to leak confidential state affairs of either government directly to Crossbell. Something I will say is, Cold Steel is more through the view of the Erebonian Empire and is more sympathetic to Gilead Osborne. Osborne is a very complex character. He's not good, but he's not evil. He's a politician. And though I'm a member of the Imperial family, I am forbidden from interfering with the policies of our government to begin with. My hands are tied. I suggested to the Crown Princess that she call you here. That's why. In other words, everything we've talked about in this evening is strictly off the record. It's been a friendly chat over tea, you could say. No formal discussion has taken place tonight. Of course, we can hardly stop you from spreading an we can hardly stop you from spreading any unsubstantiated spreading any substantiated. Think that'd be what that is? We could hardly stop you from spreading any rumors if you were to so chose. If you so chose. Ah, I see. We'll take that to heart. In other words, you're not being sworn to secrecy. Man, you guys are a real couple of wild cards. Rather wily for a prim and proper princess, aren't you? Wazzy! You're talking to royalty. Show some respect. Oh no, that's quite alright. There's no denying that the situation in Crossbell is growing more unstable by the day. In order to try and improve things as we could, we thought it would be necessary to bend the rules a touch. Running counter to us, however, is a thorn in our side. Two thorns, in fact. Each one revising the script from behind the scenes. And that called for making use of our dear Estelle's connections. Thorns. I believe you've already met them. Lecter Arundel, Kalika Rowran. The intelligence officers. They must be the reason the Crossbell government doesn't know any of this. Precisely. They're manipulating the flow of information. In Miss Rowran's case, she was once a representative for the Bracer Guild. Her insight is so keen on that it borders on clairvoyance. Controlling information is simple for an emissary as talented as her. Yeah, that lines up with what we heard about her from the guild. She's been an ally up till now, but she'd be as scary as she is pretty if we had to face her. As for Lecter, his full career history and background are unknown, but one thing is certain. He belongs to a group known as the Ironbloods. He's earned the moniker Scarecrow. Ironbloods? What is it with Erebonians and their love of iron? Let me guess, they report directly to the Blood and Iron Chancellor, don't they? Yes, they're hand-picked protégés groomed by the Chancellor, to be more precise. They're each frighteningly competent, though at the same time quite different from one another. The noble faction has without a doubt been keeping a close eye on them. Ironbloods. We already considered Lecter dangerous enough as a member of the Intelligence Division. As if that weren't enough, we've also Hayue and the Red Constellation to deal with. Each has ties to their respective major powers' government, so I wouldn't expect either to target the trade conference. That being said, we've detected suspicious activity within each group since our arrival. Perhaps the 5 of you would like to know something about that. We do. Fair's fair. We'll fill you in on everything we know. That helps paint a clear picture. Yes, my concern for the most part lies with this so-called assassin. At the very least, I don't think you have to worry about him targeting the Chancellor or myself. This also corroborates what I know as the Red Constellation. They're dreadfully brilliant, belligerent, even for Jaegers. I can't imagine that they'd want to target me either. The way I refuse escort and protection must make me as fun as fishing in a barrel to them. Maybe not. If anything, I think having the Major tag along would make a few of them come out to play. I could see him wanting to pick a fight just for fun. Please, I'm only a single soldier. I couldn't entertain a few and hope to win. But regardless, the best we can do for the time is to prepare for the worst. I must agree. Thank you, everyone. Your appraisal has been much appreciated. We will make certain to prepare accordingly. Please, don't need to thank us. The pleasure is all ours. The information you provided is invaluable. We couldn't be more grateful. Here's to a beautiful new partnership. And to commemorate the occasion, I think this calls for hitting Crossbell's famous nightlife. You can show your thanks by showing me around. What do you say, Randy? Wazzy? I take it you know the right places. Oh, now you're speaking my language. Sure, I could take you to a few of my favorite spots. Then it's decided. My dear Mueller, cancel my dinner plans and not on your life, you simpleton. Don't forget, you're expected to attend the Arkansas performance with the rest of the dignitaries? Suppose you're right. Well, I did want to see Arkansas for myself at least once in my life. Don't worry, I think you'll still have a good time. That's right, it'll be a show to remember. I've been rather looking forward to it myself. In the meantime, we'll get in touch with you should we run into any new developments. And next time, I'll be sure to do so directly rather than relying on Sieg. Thank you. Yeah, warn a guy next time you want to send a pile of claws and feathers at him. So terrorists are taking aim at 2 of the dignitaries. Damn! I knew there was a possibility, but to think it actually happened. What in the hell are Arabonia and Calvert thinking? They're thinking that they're both thinking that they can take control of Crossbell for themselves. Should be safe to assume they've got some sort of plan. We'd better inform Mayor Croix and the CGF. Right, I'll leave that to you. At any rate, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard that you'd boarded the Aerocell. Normally, the 2 world leaders requesting a direct audience with any of us would be unimaginable. I'm guessing the 1st Division has been keeping tabs on them. It's pretty sudden for us too, you know. It's not our fault we're so popular. Sudden or not, you should still have consulted your superiors before acting on the invitation. Expecting these kids to do things by the book was your first mistake. Their messenger was out of the ordinary anyway. I think they handled it just fine. Man. Those 2 weren't like any prince or princess I've ever heard of. Especially that Olivert guy. He's got more than a few screws loose by my count. He's still a prince, Randy. Show some respect. His own vassal doesn't show him any respect. I'd say he was chipper, not to mention witty. Plus, he seemed pretty versed in the ways of the world. The major he had accompanied seemed highly skilled himself. Not only that, Princess Claudia and Senior Captain Schwartz were just stunning. The princess was so refined and cordial, and the senior captain was the very picture of dignity. She even had the grace to grant you that autograph for your sister, I gather. How'd you know? Good grief. Never mind. Even just confirming that we have hostiles out there is a win in my book. It'd be a smart idea to rearrange tomorrow's security arrangements. Their most opportune moment to strike would be while the conference is in session. Yes, the dignitaries are all scheduled to return to their home countries the following afternoon. If something's going to happen, it's bound to happen in the next 24 hours. The main session is scheduled to take place to around noon. Right, at 1 p.m. It's being held in the International Conference Room on the 35th floor of Orcus Tower. It'll go all the way until evening with one break scheduled in the middle. So we need to do this... So all we need to do is protect our bigwig VIPs throughout the conference. Actually, we already plan to have a comprehensive security detail deployed inside the tower. The building itself has its own security protocols in place, so on-site shouldn't be an issue. But on top of that, Arios is going to be stationed directly in the conference hall. He'll be representing the guild as a mediator, so that they should indirectly bolster our security. That's good to know. In that case, security is going to be the most valuable before and after the conference. For instance, a sniper could make their move just as a dignitary exits the tower. That's been my concern, to be honest. Lloyd! Hello, sweet pea. Oh, it's the grumpy old guy. As undisciplined as ever, isn't she? Please excuse her. Kia, you remember Detective Dudley, don't you? Yeah. Hi, Doodles. I love her. Long time no see. How have you been? The First Division detectives are always in peak condition. Hey, wait a second. What in the world did you just call me? Oh, you don't like it? Well, how about Grandpa Dudley? That's just calling me old again. Easy now. Come on, put yourself in her shoes. You're practically ancient compared to her. So, Kia, what did you need from us? Alright, there's a call waiting for you guys. Someone's calling us? That's odd. I don't recall hearing the phone ring. Oh no, not the normal one. The one with the faces. Oh, the terminal. You've really gotten a handle on that thing. Is it Teotot? She's called in for the evening, right? Nope. It's some boy with freckles. He's getting all huffy and puffy. Yona. Took you long enough. How long were you planning to make me wait? Sorry about that. Anyways, it's been a while. How are you doing? Gosh, save your small talk. I've got a super urgent favor to ask you. Can you guys go check on my base? Huh? Your base? You mean that room you were staying in? Yeah, the one with the control terminal 8 down in Geofront's B sector. Some jerkwad's been using it for the last 2 days. Oh, they're gonna pay for this. It got hijacked? How can you tell? Hold the phone, youngster. I don't remember your name being on that terminal either. That's beside the point. Look, I put up some beefy defenses on that thing before I left. If it ever gets breached, it's set to notify me when I'm doing remote connection tests on the Orbital network. And guess what it notified me about today? A breach! So that's how. In other words, someone managed to gain access to the terminal even with your beefy defenses. Do I have that right? Exactly. They've got to be a master hacker. Anyway, I need you guys to catch him and get them the hell away from my stuff. What are we, his personal errand boys? The way I see it, the kid got a taste of his own medicine. But he's right about this being the work of a master hacker. That's troublesome in its own right. Yeah, Ren's gone, and I strongly doubt it's Chief Roberts. We'll go investigate. We'll contact you later. Make it snappy. What, you're really going to go check it out? Yeah, just in case. I can even do it myself if you guys would rather stay here and rest. Oh, come on. Who do you think we are? That's right. There's no telling who could be waiting there. It may be more than just a simple hacker. We've got your back. Hold it. I'll tag along too. You will. And where's this change of heart coming from? I'm only doing this to cover our bases before the trade conference. I can't overlook a deviant act like this. Time is of the essence. Let's move. Understood. Sounds like we're about to have ourselves a post-dinner workout. We'll just be going now, Chief. Be good, Kia. Sure, be careful out there. Go get him, guys. Dudley has joined the party. I can add him in the tactics menu. You're going to have to give me a second to take care of something, and I'll be right back. I do apologize for that cut. I wanted to make sure the audio was taking properly. They shut the gates for the night. That's interesting. So, to the residential district in the Geofront Beta B sector. Hey, did you still have a key when we... Did you show that key when we got back for this place a while back? Yeah, I got it right here. I've been keeping it in my locker ever since. The duct at the entrance should take us straight to that room that twerp commandeered. Let's hurry. Right. Wonder if it's going to let me take the vent. And it's been sealed. The hell? When was this put in here? City management may have installed it to prevent any illicit tampering. It's a standard crime prevention measure. However, this particular kind of padlock is primarily used by civil utility workers. In other words, it's safe to say it wasn't set up by the hacker. What should we do then? Break it open? No, that'd draw too much attention and we can't afford to be noticed by the other party. Let's just keep moving to that little punk's room. You know, a pair of bolt cutters wouldn't be that big of an issue. Then we get to do some fighting. Y'all remember how Dudley fights? Gun! I do hope to get people's quartz up to level 3. That's what I was trying to grind for before. A marble ring. Why am I not surprised that New Blonde's most ordered drinks are Bloody Shirleys and Jägermeisters? Okay. A Bloody Shirley is a play on a Bloody Mary, as I'm sure you've pieced together. But you couldn't have said a Dirty Shirley, since that's just a Shirley Temple with liquor. I just feel like that would have been the better method of it. Thank you, Randy. Oh, it's just for this treasure chest here. A Y2 penguin? As you looted the penguin from the chest, you could have sworn it whispered something about a man it calls Monsieur, Monsieur, and the importance of a daily exercise. A penguin. An odd penguin costume with a bucket on its head. It's a decoration for Kia. It's for Kia. It's for my kiddo. It's for best girl, and that already makes it the best thing I could have ever gotten. Best piece of loot, because that means I can give the precious child a present that she so rightfully deserves. I should be able to get at least some of them to level 3. Wing might take a little longer. Getting some decent experience from the monsters in here. So I wonder if it's going to make me fight Campanella, or if he's going to say a bunch of cryptic bullshit and then leave. EP charge. No answer. Odd. She placed a bookmark and made a note on her last line. But it's not me they're after. It's what I'm carrying. Before standing and fiddling with the minor creases and imperfections of her clothing. An elevator! Just checking to see if there's loot around here. Can't go that way just yet. Have to use a switch to raise the water flow. Same goes for there. Level ups for Randy and Lloyd. And there's Noelle getting a level. I thought I heard someone else get one, but I'm not 100% on that. Yeah, that's a way back if I want. Oh, and I can turn the water flow on to raise these up. And now I can go back. Hold on. Hawazi got a level. Huelengo, whatever that is. Talking treasure chests? Oh, Lloyd, you're so tired. You're speaking nonsense here. Let's get you some shut-eye. Just step inside and close the lid. Let's lower this real quick so I can get that chest here. Nope, Ellie got a level. And a new material. Effort. I just wrote a script about the dictionary for the next Arkansas production. It's called It's a Play on Words. Okay. I'll take a look at effort in just a second. Might be a good one to put on Ellie. Increases the chance of cooking a supreme dish. That's water and fire. Lloyd is actually benefiting from water and fire. Actually, no, he's benefiting from what? Fire and earth. There's no point in doing anything with him. You can't remove or take anything. You benefit from earth. Fire and space. So it's either Ellie or... Give me 1 second to play around. There we go. Gladiator Belt. That's going on Randy. You find a civil summons inside. Your charges include chest invasion and grand larceny. See you in court, pal. Yeah, well, you're a chest, so what are you gonna fucking do? Actually... kind of like having that on him. Here, I'll give you the gladiator belt. That's the way it probably wants me to go. It is. Maybe I'll come down here and grind later. Alrighty, there's a treasure chest up there. I'll probably go up and around to get... Hold on. I don't know. I'm not that worried about it. If I figure out how to get it later, I'll show it. Time for a boss. Well, a forced encounter anyway. What the hell is this shit? They're weak to earth. Birds and stones and what? What is this horse shit? That's just irritating. That was irritating. HP level 2. Might as well give that to you. I'm gonna go back for my heals. Yeah, Ellie's on the brink of death. We're gonna go back and heal. That music sounds distorted. Is it coming from the orbital stereo in Yona's room? The hell? It's got the fritz. This could be a trap. Proceed with caution. Bannings, Orlando. The three of us will charge in first. The rest of you will follow in after. Roger. You got it, boss. Acknowledged. No one's here. No sign anybody's hiding. They gave us the slip. But that doesn't make any sense. We didn't pass anyone on the way here. They probably went in the vent. Seems like it. Looks like we were right about the music at least. It's grating. Turn it off. Yeah, let me find the switch. Something eerie about all of this. I agree. And that off-key music certainly didn't help. The entire situation reeks of amnesty. What's up with the monitors? Blueprints. Wait a minute. They're the floor plans for Orcus Tower. Where did they get their hands on this? Damn it. A trap. No good, it's completely sealed. There must have been some kind of orbital locking mechanism. What was that? Who's there? Haha! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the SSS. I've been expecting you. Now the games can finally begin. I left you all a little something to remember me by. Enjoy yourselves. It's coming from the terminal. Pom-pom party? Is he serious? It's the puzzle game Chief Roberts gave us. Here's my offer. Win against me. Best 2 out of 3, and I'll let you go. But no competition's complete without a few stakes, so if you lose, you'll all be burned to a crisp. What? No way. Now, what kind of gimmick is this? There aren't any signs of a trap. It's an illusion. Bastard. There's no other way. Should have gone the other way. Well, that's okay. I'll make it work. You cunt. You said best out of 3. Let's try that again. But it is forcing me to win. I had some good chains going, bud. That was amazing, Lloyd. Damn good gaming, leader. How about that? I underestimated you. You've done enough already. T.O. I am your opponent now. Prepare yourself. Behold, the master at work. Also, I like that they're showing a triangle button because this was a PlayStation Vita game. I don't want to rain on your parade, but we're cutting our kind of close here. Nicely done. I suppose I did pose a match between myself and the SSS. So fine, you're free to go. Until next time, boys and girls. It's open. Quick, before it detonates. Sorry, Yona. Thought I was about to meet Adios. Who was that cad? I am pleased to see that you avoided total incineration. Ah, my little Teotot. I knew it had to be you. The hell happened to working out of state? Not that I'm complaining. Impeccable timing, sweetheart. As it so happens, I boarded an international flight bound for Crossbell earlier today. I heard you all had your hands full, so I hurried over here as quick as I could. Can I help you? Can I help you? Was there something you'd like to add, Fredward? Well? Any input you would like to add? Nothing? Thank you. If you hadn't bailed us out, we would have been toast right now. So did the chief tell you where to find us? Yes, I called his Enigma upon landing and he said you would be here. I came straight from the airport. We're in your debt. Thanks, Tia. No need. I'm glad I made it in time. Though our adversary just now made it sure it wouldn't be easy. I was able to slip past the security locks he placed in assumed control, but it was still too close for comfort. Assumed control? Oh, you mean the game. Yes, once I knew you were locked in there, I was able to backdoor my way into the terminal. Evidently, that hacker we faced is highly skilled. That much is clear. So the bastard laid a trap and made his exit long before we even arrived. Incidentally, Plato, did you trek through the entire geofront by yourself? Not exactly. I ran into company on my way and we came together. Company? We should really stop meeting like this. Hello, Yin. The one from Stargazer Tower. Yin. So, you failed to catch them. They're crafty one. However they are, dexterously shrewd, as I've learned. Wait a minute. Does that hacker have any relation to Heiwei? No. I do not believe they are connected to the Red Constellation, either. Really? And how can you say for certain? Both Heiwei and the Red Constellation are too preoccupied with monitoring each other. That hacker, or whoever they are, shouldn't be affiliated with either one of them. They strike me as someone with ulterior motives in regards to this trade conference. The blueprints of Orcus Tower on the monitors would attest to that. Easy to put two and two together after what happened. It's finally good to meet you. Alex Dudley of the CPD's 1st Division. Your reputation precedes you, Detective. I understand the trade conference is keeping your security forces busy. We've no shortage of shadows hanging over this event, including a certain organization you're all too familiar with. There's reason to believe that you'd know a thing or two about that. I'd be curious to hear for it myself. With that in mind, I'm going to have to ask you to come back to the CPD headquarters with me. Dudley? You're serious right now? On what charges? I don't recall having broken any state laws. Oh, don't worry. It would only be for a friendly chat. If you aren't guilty of anything, then you should have no reason to object. That's not how that works, Dudley. You can't detain someone with no reason. Impressive. A body double, so he's a wielder of talisman arts. I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline for tonight. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, regardless. Lloyd, should we search the area? There's no need. Besides, we need to head back to the surface. We can catch up once we return to the building. I suppose there's nothing else we can do. It's Tio on there getting a hug. Hey, Zeit, Tio's back. It's good to see you, Kia. Zeit. Reporting for duty, Chief Sergei. Good to have you back, kiddo. And not a moment too soon from the sound of it. No doubt Tio saved us yet again. I don't know what could have happened if she hadn't shown up. I'd rather not think about it. You have my gratitude just this once. I don't feel as though I did I don't feel like I did anything particularly of note. What are you being bashful for? Your timing couldn't have been more impressive. It'd have been game over for us if we had to face that hacker by ourselves. Agreed. Dudley, about tomorrow's trade conference, would it be possible to add us to the security detail at Orcus Tower? Lloyd, what are you saying? Seriously, where's this coming from? I can swear I made it clear that I already have a comprehensive system in place. That may be the case, but the hacker managed to snatch what appeared to be the tower's blueprints. Not to steal Yen's deduction, but that hacker was likely has an ulterior motive regarding the conference. Or rather, I think they're working with someone else who's taking aim at it. I bet that's who they want. I bet that's who they were going to give the data to. Someone else. But who? A third party. On the surface, the Red Constellation and Hayway or even the Imperial or Republican governments are plausible candidates. But I think there's another party that's even more likely to be wanting those blueprints. The Arabonian and Kelvardian terrorists. The ones we heard about from Claudia and Olivert. The two terrorist groups working together to take out their respective leaders. That checks out. If they got their hands on these blueprints, they might be able to find a weak link in the building's security. We can't rule out the possibility. Even so, we should operate under the assumption that a terrorist attack on Orcus Tower is planned for tomorrow. We of the SSS would like to help in any way we can. Well, there you have it. What do you say, Dud? Alright. Be at the first floor of Orcus Tower tomorrow at 12 p.m. sharp. I'll station you up on site. Really? Holy hell, right in the thick of it. How generous. Don't get ahead of yourselves. As I said, you're only there as reserves. Lucky break or not, you did save the mayor from assassination. Moreover, one of your members has extensive knowledge of the orbital network. Bear that in mind that you're only insurance on the off chance something goes awry. Understood. Yes, sir. I get the sense that this is simply his roundabout way of showing affection. Keep on spoiling us like this and we're going to have to start calling you Sugar Daddy. Sugar? Hey, Ellie, what's the sugar part mean? Well, it means they're very sweet. Like the way we are with you, Kia. Sounds like we have a replacement for Doodles now. Smartasses. We're going to have one hell of a tight schedule ahead of us. And 2 30-minute recordings, that's why I broke it up. I just want to make sure it's not going to scramble or fuck up the recording. Inspection on rails. Doll mapped. Maribel. Okay, someone stole one of her Rosenberg dolls. And a monster extermination on Ursula Road. Okay. So, let's just go knock out those quests real quick and get right to work. I know I'm not reading over any of this. I'm kind of trying to get through it. Is Kia at the library or something? Yeah, she left first thing in the morning. She said she'll be back by noon. Okay, then we're all set. Let's go. Let's roll. Tio has joined the party. Yes, okay, let's... It's the old school team. I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Trails to Azure as we knock out some side quests before defending a tower from a terrorist attack. But until then, I'm TheDarkSeraph signing off. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe or I'll flick a booger on your windshield.